girls, so finally I am doing a Naked 3 palette review and tutorial. Can we just have like a moment of silence and applause for this freaking palette? It is so gorgeous. I did a little tutorial on this palette. It was really a first impressions and I just played around with the palette. I never practiced this look before. So let's just go ahead and start talking about the palette. So this is the Naked 3 by Urban Decay. They have a Naked 1 and a Naked 2. At the end of this video I will talk about which one I prefer. So this is just the packaging, and with this also comes 4 primer samples, which I will show you guys. So when you open the box, first thing you get is the palette, but you also get Urban Decay primer samples, which we won't really go into much just because this is all about the palette right now. So this is the Naked 3 palette. It is gorgeous. I mean, the packaging is amazing. It's very similar to the Naked 2. It has the same it's like a tin almost packaging, and except the only thing that's different is it's more rose gold. It has like this wave pattern in it. It's really gorgeous. It's beautiful. It comes with a Naked 3 brush. When you open the palette, you have 12 new beautiful shadows. They're all brand new, so Urban Decay did a really good job with that. A lot of people are happy that we got 12 brand new shadows that were never seen before. So I guess we'll just go through a little bit and talk about the shadows. I'm just going to go ahead and talk about each color. So the first color you get is the color Strange, which is right here. And Strange is a really good tear duct and brow bone highlight. I love this tear duct and brow bone highlight more than I love the ones that were in the Naked 2 palette, just because this is much more my style. It's a matte shade and it's really light. It's very skin tone matching in terms of my skin tone. It really matches my skin tone. It's pretty much the same as my skin tone, except it gives it a slight boost, which I like because I don't like having really shimmery colors in the tear duct or the brow bone, so I really love that color. Next you have Dust, and Dust is this color right here. And it's really glittery. Totally forgot to swatch for you guys. So here is Strange, and then this is Dust. It's a really glittery pinky color. Really glittery pinky color, and some people won't really like it too much just because it definitely has a lot of fallout. It's not the color that's really the easiest to work with. I would suggest using a primer underneath that's sort of greasy, which is why I think the Urban Decay primer samples are good, because the Urban Decay primers are a little bit slightly greasy, so I think that'll really help hold these colors because there's a bit of fallout. Burnout is this color right here. It's this really gorgeous darker version of Dust, and it's more rose gold than Dust. Dust has a little bit more of a pink tone to it, so I love that one. And then Limit is this one right here, and Limit is more of a matte shade, and Limit is more of a matte shade, and it has a little bit of a browny taupe color to it, but it definitely picks up on those pinks. When you put this into your crease, the pink pops out way more than I thought it would, just because that's the color that I use today on my crease. So definitely the pink pops up more than it does in the palette than it does on your lid. So yeah. So next you have the color Buzz, and Buzz is really glittery and chalky. It definitely has a lot of fallout. Limit has a lot of fallout as well. I forgot to mention that when you swipe your brush on this palette on the shadows, there's a lot more fallout than expected, so just be careful with that when working with them. Next is the color Trick, and it's the perfect bronzy gold. It's a mix of bronze and a mix of a gold color, and it has a lot of orange infused in it. It isn't as pigmented as it looks like it would be though, so that's it's a little bit disappointing because when you swatch it you can barely see it. And next is Nooner. I love Nooner. Nooner is what I used in my crease and my outer V for today's tutorial, and I love it, love it, love it. It's a darker version of Tease. And if you guys know, Tease is from the Naked 2 palette, by the way. If you guys have been watching my tutorials and my videos for a while, you know that I'm obsessed with Tease. And this is a darker version of it, which I think is great because Tease is pretty light. It's buildable, but it's pretty light. So this one is a darker version of it, so it can be used for more darker, smoky eyes. So I love this color. I think it's amazing. It's matte, and I love matte shades. So, I mean, this one totally wins me. So the next color is Liar. Liar is, to me, Liar is like a shimmer version of Nooner. Which I also really, really, really love. I think it's more for looks that are a little bit more glam. Like if you're going out, then you could definitely use this in the crease instead of Nooner. So next is Factory. I love Factory as well. Factory is what I used in my outer V as well today and underneath my eyes. Just because it's a really dark brown color. I mean, there's nothing more to say about it. It does have specks of gold in it. Yeah, it's a really beautiful color. Next is Mugshot. Mugshot is similar to Factory, except it has a little bit more of a light brown infusement in it. It's not as dark at all. This color is Dark Side, which is your classic dark color that always comes in the Naked palettes, but however, it is not as pigmented, which might be good for some people just because this is Dark Side right here. Might be good for some people just because they might not be comfortable working with many very dark colors like me. I'm not very comfortable using black in the crease or outer V. It's something that I don't really do much, and it's something that I actually really want to because it can really look gorgeous. So I think this will be a great shade for me to play with to sort of like transition into using really dark colors on the eye. So I really, really like that, how it's kind of like not too pigmented, so it's not too scary to use. Next you have Black Heart, and Black Heart is one hell of a color. It's, I mean, it's one hell of a color. It's really, really, really dark, but it has specks of a, sort of like specks of a copper in it, coppery red glitter specks in it. I don't know, it's kind of a weird color. I can't see myself ever using it. Not my taste at all. All in all, I think this is an amazing palette. What I really, really, really liked about this, and what I really noticed about this palette when I first opened it and looked at it, the first thing that popped into my mind was how amazing the fact that the first few colors are really soft, really romantic, really rose-toned infused, and just very soft daytime looks. And then the fact that it really transitioned in the middle here to sort of like the neutral type of look, and then it really transitioned into perfect nighttime looks and perfect nighttime colors. So I feel like this is the perfect palette for you to do a daytime look and then a nighttime look with. I think the only point that it lost was just for not having really great pigmentation in those one or two colors. I'm going to go ahead and play the tutorial I did on this look for you guys with this palette. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this review, and I hope that you guys enjoy the tutorial. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye! So the first thing we're going to do is prime our eyes with MAC Painterly Paint Pot. And then we're going to take our infamous Naked 3 palette, and we're going to go ahead with a Sigma fluffy brush, and we're going to take the color Limit, and we're going to put that all over our crease. I really just wanted to do this to have a nice transition color. So I'm going to take the short side of the Naked 3 palette brush and take Dust, and I'm going to put that all over my lid. This color had a bunch of fallout, and I did not enjoy it as much as I thought it would. However, it worked. So as you can see, I switched brushes just because, again, it had a lot of fallout, so I took a shorter, thicker brush. So I actually took Burnout after that, and I actually really enjoyed Burnout a lot more than I did Dust. I didn't think I would, but I actually really did, and I think that they're both really beautiful colors on the lid. Now I'm going to take a brush from Sigma. I'll leave all the brushes down below. I'm going to take that color, I believe this one is Nooner, and I'm going to put that in my outer V just to add a tiny bit of definition. So now I'm going to take the color Factory and I'm going to put that in my outer V as well, just because I wanted a little bit more darkness and a little bit more definition. So taking a clean fluffy brush, I'm just going to go ahead and blend out those lines throughout my crease and my outer V, just so that there isn't any harsh lines. So now I took Factory and I'm just going to put that on my lower lash line. Now I just took a stipple brush just so I can brush out all that fallout, because there was a lot of fallout from the color Dust. Now I'm just taking my L'Oreal Linure liner, and I really love this one. It has a super thin brush, so I'm just going to take that and put a wing. Taking my 3 mascaras that you see here, and I'm going to just apply my mascara now. So when your mascara and your liner is done, you can go ahead and line your lips with a light brown shade. This one is called Nude from BH Cosmetics. So just to diffuse the liner a little bit, I just rubbed my lips together just so that there wasn't a harsh line. And the color I chose was YSL Lingerie, or Pink Lingerie, or Lingerie Pink, one of those. I actually think this look would have looked better with a really deep plum burgundy color, but this was the one that I chose at the moment, and it gave it a really soft and romantic look, so it still worked. And this is the completed look, girls.